Ladies and gentlemen, you have a test tomorrow. 25 questions. You have 35 minutes to do it. With that being said, you have a focus and a pieces due tomorrow. Make sure you're ready. On your whiteboard, please tell me, what are the 5 revolutions in order, please? Sit in that bucket. Give me the 5 revolutions in order, please. Good. What do we got? Test.
American, French, Russian, Mexican, Latin.
There you go. On your whiteboard, please tell me who is the leader of the American Revolution. Good. Brian. George Washington. On your whiteboard, who is the leader of the Reign of Terror? Good. I got 1, 2. No, he's a king. He's a king. He gets executed. Well, I mean, so does this guy, but he's a king. He gets executed first. Shannon. Robespierre. On your whiteboard, please tell me, what is the name of the year the Declaration of Independence is signed? Jared.
1776.
What year is Yorktown? Good. No. That's earlier than the Declaration, girl. What is it, Julia? 1781. On your whiteboard, what year? What is the name of the treaty that ends the American Revolution? Good. What is it, Ashlyn? Paris. On your whiteboard, please tell me, what is the name of the document that is drafted at the end of the actual French Revolution? It is going to give men equality in front of the law. It is no. In France? No, they don't have that. You just took a vocab quiz on it, by the way. Good. What is it, Alexa? Declaration of the Rights of Man and Citizen. On your whiteboard, please tell me what is the name of the structure that falls that officially kicks off the French Revolution? What is the name of the structure that falls on July 7th, 1789? Good. Sam. Bastille. On your whiteboard, please tell me, what is the name of the legislative body of France? It has 3 parts to it. Good. What is it? What do you got? Evan. States General. On your whiteboard, what is it called when the Third Estate leaves the meeting and stands on the tennis court and decides to leave and rebel? Good. I got 1, 2. Good. Lily. Tennis court of course. You can raise your hand and tell me where we left off. Where did we leave off, Madison? Perfect. Okay. So the American Revolution. Who can raise your hand and tell me what is the big quote of the American Revolution? What's the big quote, Lily? No taxation without representation. The French Revolution is liberty, equality, fraternity. You absolutely need to know that. You need to know that after the Revolution, there is no religion in France. There is no religion in France. You also need to know, okay? There's no religion in France, and of course we have the Declaration of Rights of Man. That's the end of the French Revolution. You're going to skip a space, center it. We got Reign of Terror. This is your second stage. The French Revolution is known as the Reign of Terror, and it is led by Maximilien Robespierre. His name's up front. Okay, you need to know his name is Maximilien Robespierre, and he is part of the Jacobean Party, which is right here. That is the name of the party that is leading the French Revolution, known as the Jacobean Party. Without a doubt, you need to know it. It's right here. Under the Jacobean Party, they do 3 major things, and you need to know them. They are the ones who force out religion, including the Catholic Church. Forcibly remove religion from France. Okay? You need to know they are going to redo the calendar. And they start with year 1. And they also make 10 days in a week instead of 7. You don't need to know that. You just need to know they redo the calendar. Okay? And then they start executions of enemies, and you need to use the word enemies of the revolution. They begin executing anyone who they believe is an enemy of the revolution. There are 3 major things the Jacobians do. They remove religion. They are going to they're going to change the calendar and basic functions of life. And they start executions. Underneath it, you're going to put a big star. Too extreme, and will fail. Ladies and gentlemen, you obviously had the French Revolution occur, and that's a huge shake-up of your life. Can we agree? You lived through the French Revolution, that's incredibly jarring. Imagine going into the Reign of Terror where they're changing how many days a week, you can't have the same religion, everything else is changing. Is that too much change or just enough change? Too much change, so the people are going to rebel. Okay? Underneath it, the people are going to rebel again and hold the Jacobians responsible and execute them. So, the Jacobians go too far with those 3 major aspects. Then the people are going to rebel and execute the Jacobians. So, ladies and gentlemen, France has gone through the bloodbath of the actual French Revolution where they're fighting in the streets. Then we have the Jacobians coming in and executing everyone, and then the people execute the Jacobians. Sounds peaceful, yeah? Okay, so, does it sound like France is in a good spot or in a bad spot? Bad spot. And then we have, we're going to lead up to what will eventually become. The only good thing that comes from the Jacobians is the creation of the Directory, which you need to know. Okay? Okay, the only good thing that comes out of the Reign of Terror is a thing called the Directory. Okay? The Directory has 2 leaders in a legislative body. Okay? So, the Directory has 2 leaders in a legislative body. Okay? It quells some strain. Okay, so it's going to make things a little bit better, but it doesn't solve all the problems. You need to know that. It makes the people, the creation of the Directory is going to quell some of the bloodthirst. Okay? However, it's going to cause more problems here in a second. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, so for the Reign of Terror, Maximilien Robespierre, it's too extreme. You should have at least 1 or 2 examples of why it's too extreme. Have the religion is removed, they got too crazy with all the changes, and of course they're going to start having executions. People are going to rebel and execute the Jacobians. With the execution of the Jacobians, we're then going to have the Directory to try to quell the peace. Everyone okay? Good, because we're going to Napoleon. Skip a space, center it. Alright, here we go. Now Napoleon is the only person I will allow you to refer to in first person. Because it's Napoleon. Everyone else, you can go first and last, or you can go last. Except for your boy, Napoleon. So enjoy this. Alright, so Napoleon Bonaparte. You need to know that he fought in the French Revolution. Okay, he fought in it. He became a general at age 24. Does that seem young? Yes, you bet your bottom dollar that's young. Okay? So, he fought in the French Revolution. He became a general at age 24. So that should tell you that he is a military genius. Can we agree? Okay. With that being said, in 1799, he's going to overthrow the Directory. Okay, so Napoleon is going to overthrow the creation of the Directory. Now, the Directory was created to try to quell some fears. Napoleon's going to overthrow it in 1799 and create a new government called the Consulate. Okay, so under Napoleon, we're going to create a new government called the Consulate. Okay, 1799. Now, ladies and gentlemen, it is important. Keep in mind, right before the French Revolution, we have Louis XVI. They have the revolution, and they literally execute Louis XVI by guillotine. Okay? They're pissed off that the king is spending all this money, that it's autocratic, he gets to do whatever the hell he wants. Okay? Why are the French then celebrating Napoleon? It's important you understand this. Everyone's like, yes, Napoleon, overthrew the Directory, yes. Why is everyone so happy about Napoleon? Because the people are loving this. Why, Reagan? Well, keep in mind, they did put it in place. They had the French Revolution, we're in the Reign of Terror, they did implement it. Why are the people of France happy that an autocratic ruler has come into power? Guys, it's not as hard as you think. I just need you to connect the dots. Why are the people of France happy Napoleon's in place? Shannon. Okay. Guys, how are things going in France right now? Is this a time in France that you would like to be there? This is literally one of the worst times to be in France. Everyone's getting murdered. There's whispers about everyone. People are showing up poisoned. People are getting murdered in the streets. Whole generations of men have just been wiped out in all of these conflicts. Okay, it is a terrible time to be in France. With that being said, a general comes into power, overthrows the Directory, and everyone's like, yes, Napoleon. Why? Because it slows down progress. Things were moving too fast in France, correct? Look at all these changes we've had in 10 years, ladies and gentlemen. 10 years. Look at how many changes we've had. We had the official kickoff of 1789 with the Bastille Falls, and here we are in 1799 and a guy named Napoleon overthrows the government again. Okay? So, people like Napoleon because it's kind of predictable, right? It's one guy, it's not radical, it's not super extreme, one guy is coming into power. So, the people of France love him. You need to know that. They love him so much they're going to crown him emperor twice. Keep that in mind, okay? The people of France love him because he's going to calm down France. Now, is this going against the ideals of the French Revolution? Yes, absolutely. The French Revolution has failed, okay? Because we have an autocratic leader named Napoleon coming into power. However, the people of France are very happy with it. Okay, so we are in the Napoleonic age. Okay, so with that being said, one of the first things he does is the Concordiate with the Pope. He does the Concordiate with the Pope. Okay, what he does now, he reaches out to the Pope. Why does Napoleon have to reach out to the Pope? You can raise your hand and tell me, Emma. There you go. So Napoleon reaches out to the Pope because the Pope's been kicked out of France just like all the other religions. He reaches out and he says, hey, Pope, you can come back to France, but you cannot own the land anymore. It belongs to the state of France. And the Pope's like, oh my God, this is such an opportunity. Oh my God, we get to come back to France. These people love us. They used to love us. Now, we'll see. So, Napoleon gets the Catholic Church to come back to France. Why is that a big deal? Who does this make happy? Do you think Napoleon's a big Catholic dude? No, he doesn't give a shit. Why does he bring the Catholic Church back to and allow religion back into France? Why? What do you got, Tess? Yes. He brings religion back to France. It was too extreme to remove religion all the way, so he brings it back. It makes him more likable to the people. Okay? He also, in the Concordiate, ladies and gentlemen, he creates freedom of religion. The Concordiate is important for two reasons. It is important because Napoleon welcomes back the Catholic Church on his terms. Okay, so France owns all the churches. Like when Notre Dame burned down at the beginning of this year, who owned it? France, not the Catholic Church. So people are like, oh my God, the Catholic Church has plenty of money. Why are people throwing money at this thing? The Catholic Church has plenty of money. They can rebuild it. It's not owned by them. It's the only country in the world where the Catholic Church doesn't own its own churches. Which is why French churches are in better shape than most churches around the world. Why? Because the French government makes way more profit off of it and puts that money right back into the churches. While the Catholic Church, if you put money into like a little box in the Catholic Church, only about 25% of it stays at that church. All of it goes to Rome. Fun fact. Okay. So the Concordia is big for two reasons. It creates this idea of freedom of religion and welcomes religions back. Second major document he signs is called the Napoleonic Code. And it's signed in 1804. I don't need you to memorize that, but I just need you to see the timing. Is that fair? Okay, so the Napoleonic Code, you need to know, it is patriarchy to a T. Women lose rights. Women lose rights. So, Napoleon, good for Frenchmen? Yes. Good for French women? Hell no. Hell no. Okay? You need to know the Napoleonic Code will be the most mimicked law code since, what's the name of the Roman code? 12 tables. Some of you got it. Some of you were like, I don't remember. Your exam's coming. You know that, right? Anyway, so it's the most mimicked code since the 12 tables. You need to know that it grants equality in front of the law for all men. It grants equality in front of the law for all men. Ladies, how are we doing in front of that law? We're not good. No, we're property. So if your husband wants to beat the shit out of you, you shouldn't have made him mad. You should have made dinner better. Yeah. Okay? So, if your husband wants to kill you, he can. He can. Why? He owns you. Absolutely. So, now, ladies and gentlemen, you do need to know Napoleon is going to be using major amounts of propaganda and secret police. Okay, so, now, people of France are pretty happy with Napoleon. They're not super thrilled with Napoleon, but they're pretty happy with him. Because France kind of calms down. Okay? Now, do you think the rest of the world is looking like, wow, France is like doing things over there? Or do you think the rest of the world is horrified looking at France? Horrified looking at France. So everyone is like making French jokes, like, like, look at these morons, they're savages, look how gross they are. And then when you think of French people, do you think savages are like super refined? Super refined. So this is like the complete opposite of what they have. So like they're now at the bottom of the barrel, everyone's making fun of them, they're kind of like on the shit list. And so like, oh my god, their pride is wounded. And if you know French people, you know their pride is everything. And to have a wounded French pride is just atrocious. So what happens is Napoleon's like, well, we'll teach them. So Napoleonic Wars is your next heading. So as soon as Napoleon kind of calms down the government in France, he's like, all of you people talking shit right now, I'm going to teach you who's boss. Why? Because it's French pride. Here we are. So Napoleon, because they haven't killed enough French people, now they're going to go kill every other type of people. So, welcome to the Napoleonic Wars. You need to know that he is going to conquer. He is going to conquer about 3/4 of the European continent outright or by alliances. He conquers about 3/4 of the continent by either outright. What does that mean by outright? Okay, what does that mean? Yeah, he goes in and goes into Spain and conquers Spain and says, mine. And the Spanish are like, well, shit, I guess it's yours. Okay? Or by alliances. So I see the Netherlands, and I'm just like, hey, Netherlands, I'm going to invade you. And the Netherlands like, don't invade me, don't invade me. And they're like, well, you can have us. And Napoleon's like, sure, sign for it. And they're like, yeah, we'll sign for it, don't destroy us. And that's how Napoleon gets it. So he either goes in and straight up conquers, or they say, oh no, you can have us. Okay, so make sure you know that. Now, you need to put a big star. His biggest failure is a failed invasion of Russia in 1812. And you absolutely need to know it's in 1812. It's a Failed invasion of Russia in 1812. Okay, so failed invasion of Russia. It fails for two reasons. Supply lines are too long. It's hard to get food. People are starving to death. Supply lines are too long, and the weather. Napoleon's army leaves in June from France, and they arrive in September in Moscow, and it's snowing in Moscow, and they're in their summer uniforms. So, not ideal. 3/4 of his men are going to die. 3/4 of his men are going to die by the time he returns to France. Okay, so you need to know. We're going to do this super quick because I got to get faster. Okay, so he returns to France. He is then exiled to Elba, which is right here. It's an island. Okay, he gets back to France and he is forced into exile. Okay, he leaves, goes to Elba. Then he comes back. Goes back to France. France makes him emperor for number 2, twice. Could you imagine being emperor of France once? And then being emperor of France twice? Like, damn, man. It's pretty cool. Anyway, so he gets sent to Elba after the failed invasion of 1812. Goes to Elba, then escapes, goes back to France, gets crowned emperor. Then he fights in Waterloo, which is right up here, and he is beaten at Waterloo by Wellington. Sorry, that's how I remember to do this. It's Lord Wellington. You don't need to know that. And then after he loses, he is exiled again to St. Helena. Okay, so he's defeated by the British at Waterloo. He is then exiled to St. Helena, where he dies in 1821. He's drunk also on posters. You don't necessarily need to know that, but it's close to commentary. I feel like it's easier to remember things when you know the student story behind things. So, there you go. That's Napoleon. So much information I have to put out. He's really awesome. Terrible, awesome, horrible, amazing. Alright, there we go. I hope you enjoyed Napoleon. Just give a space, center it. Patient. Oh, here we go to the boards. Let's go. On your whiteboard, please tell me, what is the name of the government body created by the Jacobians that had 2 people on top in a legislative body? It will eventually be overthrown by Napoleon. Slav. The Directory. Napoleon comes into power and replaces the Directory with what? Good. What is it, Lily? Consulate. On your whiteboard. What is the name of the document that gave freedom of religion and welcomes religion back into France? Signed by Napoleon in 1801. Good. What is it, Claire? Concordiate. The Concordiate. On your whiteboard, please tell me, what is the name of the most replicated law code post-12 tables? It will give men equality in front of the law. Emily. Napoleonic Code. On your whiteboard, please tell me, what is Napoleon's biggest mistake and what year did he do it? Good. What is it, Evelyn?
He invades Russia and it's in 1812.
He invades Russia in 1812 and it's a complete and epic failure. When he gets back to France, he gets banished to what island? Good. What island, Sterling? Elba. How long did he escape to Elba? How long is he back on the throne, Jared? How long is he back on the throne when he gets back from Elba? You know it. 100 days, yeah. After at the 100-day mark, what battle is he fighting in against the British? Good. Kate. Waterloo. After the Battle of Waterloo, he then gets banished for the second time. Where? Good. Where, Maggie? Here we go. All right, Haitian Revolution, ladies and gentlemen. You need to put a big star because it deserves all the recognition it can possibly get. It is the only successful slave revolt in history. Ladies and gentlemen, you should be very impressed by that. It is the only successful slave revolt in history. And there has been thousands of slave revolts, some on the brink of success, even 2 here in the United States. That almost, 1 or 2 things changed, shit. Things got wild. However, this is the only one that's successful and they deserve that respect, so please make sure. It's also revolution number 3 in order. Everyone's clear on that, correct? Okay, so you need to know it's happening on the island of Hispaniola. Hispaniola is what the Spanish called it. It's now called Haiti because the French control it. Okay? Now, it is split into 2. The island of Hispaniola is split into 2. On half the island, you have Santo Domingo. On the other side, you have Santo Domingo, now called Haiti. Okay, so the island is split between the French and the Spanish. You do need to be aware of it. Okay, you need to know that it is super, super valuable colony. It is incredibly valuable for its sugar, coffee, and cotton. Okay, it is super valuable because of its sugar, coffee, and cotton. All of that can grow on one island. Is that impressive? You need to know it is the most valuable colony the French have. It is the most valuable colony the French have. So, do you think the French want to get rid of it? No. Okay. You need to know that a majority of the population is slaves or mixed. However, white people still control everything. You need to know that most of the population are either slaves or mixed. White people are still in power. Like, for instance, ladies and gentlemen, you don't need to write down these numbers. There are 500,000 slaves with only 40,000 white people. Does that mean you have 40,000 white men, or is this white men, women, and children? White men, women, and children. So please keep that in mind. So, are the odds in the white people's favor and the slaves' favor once things starts going? Keep in mind, ladies and gentlemen, is this dynamic strange or kind of common in most slave territories? It's pretty common. It's pretty common. So, like, don't be like, oh, well, there's just so little white people, that's why it was easy for them. Oh, hell no. That is why white people justification, for the cruelty on the slaves. Well, if we're not cruel to the slaves, they're going to challenge our authority and then they're going to kill our women and our children. So we have to beat them mercilessly and scare them, because if not, they'll kill us in our sleep. That's how white people justified it, because they were protecting themselves. No, they're shitty people. Let's just be clear on that. Alright, so you need to know that it is directly caused by the American Revolution. Okay. Is anyone inspired by the French Revolution? No. No one's really, because why? Who can raise your hand and tell me why no one's inspired by the French Revolution? I mean, we just covered it. Hello, someone, I see you, Reagan, I'm not trying to be rude to you, I'm looking for someone. Sterling, why is no one impressed by the French Revolution?
It's all successful in the American Revolution.
It's still pretty successful. I mean, they did have an autocratic leader come back, but Evelyn?
There was a lot of deaths.
Yeah, like, no one's like, wow, France is in such a better spot. Like, all of the turbulent things that happened in the 25 years in France, like, holy shit. They got curb stomped by the British at Waterloo, all of this stuff, like, just a mess, okay? Everyone's kind of like, oh shit, you don't want to go too extreme. So everyone's looking at the American Revolution and saying, hey, they got their shit together, that's nice, okay? Alright, you do need to know, okay? You do need to know that the war breaks out in 1791. That's 2 years after the French Revolution is breaking out, so we're in We are in the reign of terror. Just so you can kind of see, all of these things are kind of happening at the same time, by the way. Okay? The revolt begins in 1791. Okay? You need to know that both the French, the British, and the Spanish are trying to put down the rebellion. Why are the French, the Spanish, and the British trying to put down the rebellion? Who can raise their hand and explain to me why these three countries are all invested in keeping this rebellion down? Why? Emma? I don't know what happened there, but like,
The French and Spanish, like, owned most of the country, or all of the country, and then the British probably had trade.
think bigger than that. Why are the French, British, and Spanish involved? Kate? They do not want this to happen again. Ladies and gentlemen, the American Revolution is called the French Revolution, which is not causing the Haitian Revolution. Are the British thinking losing that war was a good thing or a terrible thing? Terrible thing. So, now we have a slave revolt. Oh no! Because slavery isn't officially banned around the world until 1888. So we're 100 years away from that, 100 plus years away from that, where there's a lot of people depending on their economies for slaves. So, if a slave revolt is successful, what is that going to trigger? More slave revolts. So these people are terrified if this is successful, all slaves are going to start rebelling across the world, and that is terrible for these three countries' economy. So they are heavily invested in it. Okay? So, the problem is that they underestimated Francisco Toussaint. You need to know, you just need to know him by Toussaint L'Ouverture. Okay? You just need to know him as Toussaint L'Ouverture. Toussaint L'Ouverture is a former slave. So what color is he? He's black. Yes, he's black. Okay, he's descendant of slaves, but he's freed in 1776. He loves George Washington. Okay, he's inspired by the American Revolution. They're going to underestimate him. Okay, so he is a brilliant speaker. He's actually one of the few people, blacks on the island, who can read and write as well. And he is going to lead a massive movement. So much so that even white people join him. Now, are we going to say a lot of white people? No. There are a few white people who do join. Okay? Let's not try to save face for the white people. Only a few. So, what you need to do, what you need to know, he is going to, in 1791, start the revolution. Okay? By 1801, he writes a Constitution of Equality. Okay? They have taken the island. Okay? They have taken the island. In 1801, he creates a Constitution of Equality. In 1802, he's arrested. And he dies of tuberculosis in jail. Do you know what's a terrible death? Tuberculosis. Do you know what's even worse of a death? Is tuberculosis in jail. Where he got the shit beaten out of him every single day. Why did he get the shit beaten out of him every single day? He's a black man who beat 3 white armies. Yeah, do you think they had a problem with him? Yeah, they did. So he got the shit beaten out of him every day. Okay, and then in 1804, the Haitians officially declare independence and the French give it to them. Why did the French give it to them? Why did the French give it in? Evan?
Because there's Napoleon.
Yeah, we have the Napoleonic Wars. Hitler, Jesus. Napoleon is waging his full-on Napoleonic Wars. He's like, you know what, screw these people, I'm over this shit. Fine, let them have it. That's it. Yeah, 1801 they have the island. However, the French invade. It's not like the French give it to them in 1801. The French, Napoleon sends some troops over to Haiti, and then in 1804 they just get this. They're like kicking it around until 1803. Yeah, they're kicking it around. Alright, there you go. I hope you, now, ladies and gentlemen, I just want you to know, because it's important for me that you know, because Haiti is the first and only successful slave revolt in history. You saw that 3 white countries just got their shit beaten in by a black man, right? okay, on this island that was important to France, all of those three countries, France, England, and Spain, are going to say, if anyone trades with Haiti, we won't trade with you. So they're going to punish them economically. How's that working for Haiti today? Are they still feeling the wrath of colonialism? Absolutely. Why did they do it? Because they were embarrassed that they were beaten by slaves. And so they have punished and destroyed Haiti. So if you get the opportunity where you can go to Haiti, I would go to Haiti and spend your money proudly. Because, damn it, they deserve it. Because they've been screwed over by colonialism for years and years and years, even though they're the only place that got their freedom out of their own break of their back. So when you hear someone call Haiti a shithole, you better defend these poor Haitians because they have been screwed and they have been beaten and completely unfairly treated by the West. Okay, I'm getting off my soapbox. Continuing. Latin America. Okay, so this is our fifth revolution. We are calling it American French Nation. American French. Oh, we got Mexico. Oh shit, we're on the fourth. Oh god. Okay, Latin American Revolution. Okay, you need to know it's all against the Spanish. Why is it only against the Spanish? They own everything. I guess there's a little bit of Portuguese. There's a little bit of Portuguese, but like, it's kind of a shit show. Actually, the Portuguese are going to hold it for a while. Actually, it's all about the Spanish. They're not going to defeat the Portuguese. Why are the Portuguese unable to be beaten? Because they have nothing to lose. Because it's the only good thing about Portugal is Brazil. It's the only thing that's making money. It's the only thing that's good about their country. Everything else is shit about their country. Portugal will not give up Brazil. No matter how many people die at the borders, they will not give up. Okay, here we go. You need to know the movement is led by the Peninsulars. No, I'm just kidding. That was a lie. The movement is led by the Creoles. The Creoles. I'm so sorry. That was a lie. It's the Creoles. Who is a Creole? A white person born in America. Okay? So a white person born in a Spanish-controlled territory. It is led by the Creoles against the Peninsulars. That's what the Peninsulars are. Okay, why do Creoles hate Peninsulars? Why, Reagan?
Because they're just colonial officials that are.
Yeah, and they have all this power and might, and they haven't done anything. Okay, so you need to know that it is led by Simon Bolivar. Okay, he is going to start in Venezuela. Why does he start in Venezuela? Hello, why would he start in Venezuela? It makes totally rational thing. Why, Daniel? Why would he start in Venezuela? Because it's where he's from. Yeah, right. If you're gonna liberate somewhere, you'd probably start at home. Yeah. Okay, so he starts in Venezuela. Okay, you need to know that he is going to conquer and go into other places. Okay, we're not going to go into crazy detail. You just need to know he starts in Venezuela. He's going to be assisted by Jose de San Martin, who is right down here. Jose de San Martin down here is his biggest ally. And then Bernardo O'Higgins is Chile. Okay, you do need to know Bernardo O'Higgins, he does Chile. And then Jose San Martin, he does Argentina. Why does Jose de San Martin do Argentina? Yeah, why do you think Bernardo O'Higgins? I know O'Higgins is a little bit of how Irish white can you get, but the dude is from Chile. Okay, alright. So, you need to know that these three men working together are going to remove the Spanish from Latin America. Okay, these three men are going to remove the Spanish. Now, Bolivar wanted to create, by the way, I'm telling you right now, I'm going to record 2 videos today. You're not going to get to the Mexican Revolution. The Mexican Revolution is on your test. I will teach it in second periods. I'm unclear on that. So you're going to have to watch my other video. I will make it clear. This one includes the end of the French, the end of Latin America, whatever I need to teach. You know what I mean? I'll have it clear. Okay. You need to know that Simon Bolivar wanted to create the Grand Colombia. Grand, G-R-A-N, not grand, like the Grand Canyon. Okay, he wanted to create the Grand Columbia, which is a federation system that unified all newly liberated territories. Like the United States. He wanted to make the United States for the South of America. That's what he wanted. Okay? So, it fails. It's never formed. And Simon Bolivar gets sad and walks into the woods and dies of tuberculosis. Yeah. But actually, it's everywhere. People are dying. Okay, so the Grand Columbia is his idea, and it fails. You do need to know that it is Simon Bolivar who writes the Jamaican letter. Simon Bolivar writes his Jamaican letter talking about his goals for Latin America, how they should unify, how they should help each other, collaborate, just like the United States of America. So it is Simon Bolivar who writes the Jamaican letter. Okay. I would take a photo of that. I would absolutely take a photo of that. That'll help you because there is a couple questions. There's one question where you have to, which of these is not paired with the correct person? You're welcome. I did help you out as I was explaining them. I was helping you out. So if you took good notes, you should be okay. And I'm telling you, for God's sake. Your girl's trying. Okay. Alright, so there is things that I have not taught you that you're just going to have to pick up. So I'm going to have to do the Mexican Revolution here in like next period. But we did get a lot. Would you agree? Okay. So I am recording 2 videos today. You can either watch them or not. I don't care. It's all on your test. Everyone's clear on that because it is in your text. So, any questions about tomorrow? It is 35 minutes time for 25 questions. Whew, we got a lot done. Wasn't that fun? This is what every week is going to feel like. Because there is so much content in every week. That was like, you should move your backpack.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can I swing your paper towels?
Oh, you can have all my paper towels.
Thanks, man. It's so kind.
Oh, I'm just here to help. You need more, you let me know. Maggie, I would pick up your backpack, sweetie. I think it's going to start seeping in. See ya.